Are you ready to play? Do you have a plan? Kids are to the right, kids are to the left, out of control. You gotta have a plan to succeed. I call it the 5 P's to airbrush tattoos. Listen up, it's a great tip. Prep, place, point, paint, and peel. You got that? Prepping the skin, placing the stencil, pointing the airbrush gun in the right direction. Great plan so far. Paint, peel off, and you're all set. Score. Now we're going to talk about the 5 P's. Ready? Hi, sweetie. Where would you like this to go? Right there. First P, prepping the skin. You want to remove the oils from the skin. At the same time, you want to check for a rash. Prepping the skin. Second, placement. You don't want to place it on the inside, too far on the back. You want to look. Maybe you need to move the shirt a little bit and place it. Third P, point. When you point, you want the air to go straight and reflect back. If you turn your airbrush gun to the side, you will cause the air to come down and reflect outward, which will cause overspray, or even sometimes these little pieces. This is where you make those fuzzy lines at. So again, you would walk around, point directly where you want it to go, walk around and point. So the third P is pointing, fourth P, paint. Now I'm just going to keep the paint flowing with this pink. Keep it even. I'm not going to turn. And I'm just going to finish her pink. Now I'm going to get the black, change to the colors. Finish, again, I walk around. I'm here on the back side. I keep my pointing in the direction that I wish to paint. I turn again and my airbrush gun is level. Pointing in the right direction. So now we're going to talk about the last P, which is the peel. Oh God, I hate when that happens. Here, kid.
What kind is it?
The last P, the peel. Finished. And everybody's happy. After a long day of doing this job, painting and painting, I would suggest to wear gloves because it keeps your hands nice and clean at the end of the day, or both hands, whichever one you would prefer to use. All you do is just take it off, pitch it, and your hands are clean. I thought it was. Now, one of the ways where you could stick it to them is using a tack spray. Always follow the directions. Allow it to dry just so bit. Stick it on them. Press. Get your airbrush. Now you need to work fast for that tack to stay. Remember, I'm the fastest gun in the West, you know. Tack is still on. Make your spray count. Let's add some silver to it for some nice accent. Now the tack is still on there. Now when I lift, don't lift off her skin. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's some of the problems about this tack spray, is that it may leave a tack on the skin. It may not look or feel so well. So the tack spray, even sometimes the back of it, if you choose to use from back to front, the tack will just stick to it. Hey, there's 10 cents in there.
What? Why are you digging in the trash?
Hey, one man's trash is a woman's treasure. Check this out. Hey,
And then what are
one
you gonna do
size
with
fits
that?
all? Watch. Again, if you don't need to use that tack, and if you have a stencil where the lines are just stick and it's just hard to fit, or even around the kids' arms where the stencil's too big and you want it to fit, watch this. We call this the stencil web. So you just place on the stencil, the web on top, pull tight, and it's held in place.
But Dad, it's flat.
Yes, that's the whole point. Now you could brush away and you don't need to worry about that sticky tack. And it works for all shapes and sizes. So, you want to talk about cheap tricks? Cheap tricks. Have you ever thought about how did they manage to make the donut hole without the stencil lines attached? I have 2 ways to doing that one. This one is called my Target stencil. And we're going to show you how to do Superman without the strings attached. First part is I cut out my own stencil. Okay, just like we talked about, the 5 P's. We already prepped his skin. And I placed it on his bicep. Right now I'm going to fill in target A, target B, and fill in the rest of the colors. We're going to make this bad boy into tie-dye. Again, I hold the stencil in place. Sometimes if your hands cannot hold it, it's all right to ask your customer to hold it for you. Yeah, hold it right there. You got it. Now, to achieve that donut hole, I lift. See these little holes, these little dots? Now, I take the same stencil, line up target A, where's target B? And there's B. Could you hold that? Wonderful. There we go. And we're going to give him a silver shield. And again, these are stencils that you can make. And it should be lined up perfectly. And then you have your wet naps to clean up any overspray that you may have. Wipe away your dots. That's just one way. Let me show you another way. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman! With the flip. Recall when we cut our own stencil? Well, what you would do is tape it together and line it up this way. So this is called the flip stencil. Now, as you observe here, we have lots of hair. You know, if your clients ask, oh, it won't go through my hair, air goes through everything. So we don't have a problem if your customer is hairy or not. So, again, back when we made our own stencils, there's a lot of nice things to know when you make your own. If you're doing like a school event and they have their school logo, if you have that skill to make your own, you can say, hey, I can make you a custom one just for your school. And believe me, you'll win more clients that way, that you add a little side feature of making custom stencils. Now this one here, again, I'm going to hold it. Now I have the flip. Wick. And press. Again, we're going to achieve the look without the lines attached to hold that middle art form. As I call it, we made the hole in the donut. How does that one look? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman. And again, enjoy what you do what you enjoy. You gotta have fun. And you know, it's okay to show off too.